Hello again, and welcome back to a tutorial game, but this is no tutorial. Today, we are doing Roblox Mythbusters. If you haven't noticed, that scripting warcrimes video has been doing quite well, I will say. So, I was wondering what would actually happen if you type some of those scripting warcrimes into a script. So I think let's start with the most requested one based on the comments, and that is game destroy. So I can just go into the server script service right here. You got this script right here that actually is left over from that video. I use it to get some of the stuff written down. And we just do game destroy and then click play and see what happens. As you can see, the game is very much not destroyed. Something tells you that's probably because Roblox has safety procedures to prevent you from destroying stuff you're not supposed to. The parent property of workspace is locked. It is not possible to destroy the game with a line of code, but you can do something that effectively does that. All right, this should probably do it. Oh, would you look at that? It didn't do it either. Why? Cannot destroy terrain. There's an error for that? All right, let's try that. Go. Yep. The game is destroyed. I think that did it. This is how you run game destroy in Roblox Studio. Okay, so now that experience out of the way, let me do some other experience that I have on my magical whiteboard that you cannot see, which includes renaming Roblox services, including the workspace. What happens if you actually name the workspace workspacent? Okay, if I hit play, probably not much will immediately happen. I forgot to stop that script from doing what it does. So probably immediately not much will happen. I'm turning down the brightness. I forgot to change that after my Roblox scripting warcrimes video. Much better. Yeah, I'm not really noticing much else, but what about scripts that might reference a workspace? So imagine if you referenced workspace like game.workspace, then things would go wrong. And now this portal will actually still work. That's actually crazy. How does this still work? Workspace is not called workspace, it's different. Okay, I guess we learned today that renaming services, at least renaming the workspace, doesn't do anything. Okay, what about swapping the server storage and replicated storage? So my admin gun giver uses the server storage to clone the gun into the player's inventory, so will that now be broken? The answer is yes, it will be broken. Admin gun is not a valid member of replicated storage server storage. So yes, swapping to server storage and replicated storage does break Roblox, but for some reason, renaming the workspace does not. So for my next Roblox experiment, I'm gonna do what happens if you type while false do / if false then. So I'm gonna go back to my script right here. I'm gonna do while false do print. Hi. And I'm going to put a wait function just so I don't crash Roblox if for whatever reason this does something. Yep, there's nothing being printed. So while false do, it's a useless line of code that doesn't do anything. I think it's same deal for if false then. Yeah, I mean, it isn't going to do anything. So for the next thing I want to do, this wasn't actually featured in the video. It was mentioned in the comment section. I'll have the comment on the screen right here. And that is putting a negative value in for the function take damage for the humanoid, which in case you don't know what a humanoid is, it governs how much health the player has, what the player's named, how they walk and stuff. So taking a negative amount of damage should in theory heal the player instead of hurt them. But first I need a part to actually use for this. Do we still have the crappy little part or did I delete it? No, we can't ever delete the crappy little part. Are you kidding me? The dude's an OG. Been around since the very beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the script for you, and then I'm going to do humanoid take damage -10. We're going to see what that does. So I'm almost dead. I touch this. It does actually heal you. I was not expecting that. It does actually heal you if you put in a negative number for humanoid take damage. Okay, so I got 2 more science experiments on my whiteboard, and that is setting the Jeep speed ridiculously high and overriding the time of day for the lighting, which in case you don't know, which for that last one, this lighting object right here, you're supposed to change the time with the clock time because it's an actual number. But what happens if you overwrite the time of day instead? But I will go over that later. Now as for this Jeep here in the speed configuration, I've demonstrated this in past videos, but of course you all weren't watching back then because a lot of you came from the scripting warcrimes video. So I'm just going to go and hop in here, hit W, and let's go. it does actually try to go 1 million studs per second. And as you can see, we're probably very quickly going to start ending up in the null zone. But except the game can't keep up, so it just keeps saying gameplay paused. Oh yeah, nice. Negative 147,000 studs. Yeah, we're going quite quickly. We're going as quickly as Roblox will let us. And we're dead. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I thought we'd just keep flying forever. And now finally, what happens if you use the script to overwrite the time of day value in the lighting object? So I'm just going to make a new script right here. I'm just going to do game.lighting.time of day equals 2 a.m., which would look like that. Hit play. We'll see if it actually makes it 2 a.m. Sure enough, it did. It is dark outside. So you can overwrite the time of day value just like you can with the clock time value, although you would not want to do that for a day-night cycle script. You would want to use clock time. And I think that will do it for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys all next time. Later.
Yo, you should really join the Discord server if you want to be featured in another scripting war crimes video.